2024 was an extraordinary 12 months of sport, a year dominated by some of the very biggest showpiece events. We had a men's Euros in Germany where England came so close, and a Paralympics and Olympics in Paris where Great Britain once again excelled. Achievements honoured here and the year-ending BBC Sports Personality of the Year. More on that later. But 2024 was also a year where some of British sport's biggest stars took their final bows, the likes of Jimmy Anderson, Andy Murray, Tom Daley and Laura Kenny, to name just a few. But the year was also for new, exciting sporting talent.
And that's where 2024 started. In January, the year was young, and so too was the headline maker. 16-year-old Luke Littler's journey to the final of the PDC Darts World Championship had everyone gripped. He was eventually beaten by Luke Humphries, the future of darts in steady hands.
It's been a roller coaster. I'm glad I was a part of a good final. He deserved it. He played the better darts.
But the start of the year marked the beginning of a surprising end for others. Jurgen Klopp began his long farewell from Liverpool. Lewis Hamilton stunned everyone by announcing he'll leave Mercedes for Ferrari. And Lewis Rees-Zammit raised eyebrows in January by switching to American football, leaving rugby union just as the Six Nations was about to start. Wales missed him, England missed out. This was Ireland's tournament again.
So the Six Nations begins in a bouncing Marseille. Try for Ireland again! Who can stop them on this form?
What an effort from Alex Mitchell!
Van der Merwe has only one goal, one sight for the corner again!
In they go! They've got it done, England!
Full excitement around the Aviva Stadium. Nash! Van der Merwe again is in! And Scotland have the victory.
Absolutely unbelievable. Liner, can he finish? Yes! Italy get their win!
Drop goal attack from Marcus Smith to win this game. How does this great story end? Oh, Lorenzo Pani! And Wales do have the wooden spoon.
Surely one of the finest teams the Irish have ever produced. They are the Six Nations champions of 2024.
The Women's Six Nations had a familiar feel. Once more it came down to England and France.
The decider in Bordeaux. The trophy between the two sides. That's what they're playing for. England have done it. A third successive Grand Slam. The champions are England's Red Roses.
England's Six Nations champions, champions of the world, or so they claim, were the Kansas City Chiefs. Super Bowl winners again, sharing the headlines with their most celebrated fan. Winners on the world stage too in February were Wigan Warriors, the first silverware of their stellar year.
Wigan are the World Cup Challenge winners!
The Formula One season, meanwhile, began amidst controversy. Allegations of inappropriate behaviour by Red Bull team boss Christian Horner. He was later cleared.
The team are very together, they're very focused on the season ahead and have been tremendously supportive.
Whilst February also brought the first trophy of the domestic football season. The last, as it turned out, for Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool as they beat Chelsea in the League Cup final. An extra-time goal, which, coincidentally, was the same story in the women's final. Chelsea beaten this time by Arsenal's late winner. Glasgow hosted the World Indoor Athletics Championship in March.
Their champion is coming home!
Golds for Britain's Josh Kerr and Molly Cordery. A big year for the city as they were later confirmed as hosts of the Commonwealth Games in 2026. A wait for that. At Cheltenham, the wait was over. Willie Mullins' 100th winner at the festival, which the Irish trainer backed up with winners in the Gold Cup and Grand National. I Am Maximus triumphing at Aintree. There was a sombre start for this year's London Marathon as tributes were paid to the 2023 men's winner Kelvin Kiptum, the Kenyan world record holder killed in a road accident earlier in the year.
The world's greatest athlete in the world's greatest race.
Fittingly, the 2024 races were won by compatriots Alexander Matiso Magneo and Perez Chepchirchir, Catherine De Bruyne and Marcel Hug triumphing in the wheelchair race.
He is the best in the business.
London too saw success in basketball. Despite an uncertain future, the London Lions became the first British side to win a European trophy.
This is so big for British basketball, so amazing.
Whilst in Sheffield, there was a first world snooker title for England's Kyron Wilson. May was the month that domestic football seasons drew to a close, a succession of trophies beginning at Wembley.
Another Wembley wonder strike!
Manchester United with their first Women's FA Cup. The Women's Super League reached a gripping finale.
It's Frank Kirby!
Chelsea forced to fight all the way to their 5th consecutive title in Emma Hayes' final game in charge. Things, unbelievably, were even more dramatic in Scotland, a 90th minute winner sealing the title for Celtic. For the men's side, a little less nerve-shredding. A 12th title in 13 years, followed just days later with victory over Rangers in the cup final.
Here, Butland spills it, and scores!
In England, Manchester City's dominance continued, champions for the 4th year in a row, whilst the month ended as it began at Wembley.
Manchester City and Manchester United!
Garnacho has Bruno Fernandes. Oh, what a ball! And Mainu scores!
Manchester United finally getting the better of their cross-city rivals.
The FA Cup winners are Manchester United.
There were no British sides involved in the big European finals. There was, though, a winner's medal for Jude Bellingham, his Real Madrid side, champions of the continent once again, with victory over Borussia Dortmund at Wembley.
Elsewhere, Wales had its first women's world champion boxer in Lauren Price. The big fight of the month was in Riyadh, Tyson Fury beaten by Alexander Usyk. Back home, Northampton were crowned Rugby Union's Premiership winners, Glasgow Warriors champions of the United Rugby Championship. Rugby League, meanwhile, was in mourning. Rob Burrow, remembered by all at the Challenge Cup finals, the former player and MND campaigner passing away just days previously. St Helens women and Wigan Warriors men champions on a poignant day at Wembley. Across the Atlantic, the men's T20 World Cup. England, though, unable to successfully defend their title, beaten in the semis by India, who went on to defeat South Africa in the final. June, though, was dominated by events in Germany, as tens of thousands of English and Scottish football fans headed off to party at the Euros.
A wonderful opening ceremony and hopefully a magical month ahead. Germany have the lead inside 10 minutes. Good feet, 2-0. Fulkrug, and it's in the net. Germany were simply miles better.
Welcome to the start of another England adventure. This time, they really do actually sound like they believe. It does get it across, and it's headed in by Bellingham. One goal wins it for England.
They've taken over the city of Cologne today. Everywhere you walked, there was Scotland blue. It's back to McTominay, and it's deflected in! Shaqiri! Steve Clarke's side take it to the final game.
Game 2 at a major tournament, win it and get serious.
And a big chance for Kane! And that's a good effort. Oh, it's a wonderful strike. Goodness me, that was a hard watch at times.
Are Scotland on the brink of something historic or on the brink of yet another group stage exit? Sobosai hasn't got it, Schubert! And Scotland are out of the European Championship. Despair again.
what I will say is thank you to the country, because we felt everyone behind us. Sorry for letting you down.
It's a big night in Cologne. England safely through, but shut out by Slovenia. Lose to Slovakia, and that's it for England's Euro 2024. Strelec has support. What a chance this is! And Slovakia lead! Seconds to go. And it's in! Jude Bellingham! Salvation! And we're going to extra time. And there it goes from Eza, and deflected back into Kane! They are on their way. How they got there, I don't know.
A real heavyweight tussle. Lifted in by Olmo. Miguel Marino has won it for Spain.
And what a game in store. Nice hit the post.
Welcome to the Dusseldorf Arena. Gareth Southgate has once again led England to the quarter-finals. And then Doy gets it across, and Switzerland score! Now something has to change. Saka having a go! Well, that didn't take long. It's going to penalties. How do you not even look at the ball?
Pressure is for tyres. It's a different generation.
Schießt England ins Halbfinale dieser Europameisterschaft.
Well, who's going to the final of Euro 2024? Nice goal! Oh, I say, what an unbelievable goal! The 16-year-old!
History beckons to make all the hard work to get this far worthwhile. England walk out for a semi-final. Sims is able to drive. Oh no, what a goal! Here comes Kane. Here come England! Palmer finds Watkins. Watkins turns! Watkins scores! England are on their way to Berlin! Well, here we are. 4 weeks and 6 games later. These players carry the hopes of those who missed out, the ghosts and the soul of English football. Fans, players and coaches alike. It's going to go over to Williams now!
Well, England never got started at all.
And Saka gets it through, and Bellingham tries to tee up Palmer! Oh, yes! Ice-cold precision from Palmer! Villarreal gets it back in! For England, the interminable wait goes on. Spain are again the champions of Europe.
We wanted to do it so badly for ourselves, but also for the fans and everyone who's believed in us the whole way. So right now it's just a huge disappointment.
It would be Gareth Southgate's final campaign, standing down to be replaced eventually by Thomas Tuchel.
But it wasn't just the end for Southgate. The summer of 2024 saw the final acts of some of British sport's very, very best, the likes of which we may never see again.
At Wimbledon, the talk was of Andy Murray. Would he, wouldn't he, one last time? Well, he did, in the doubles, albeit briefly.
Here alongside his older brother Jamie Murray to centre court again. They don't want to say farewell, they just want to say thank you to Andy Murray.
I want to play forever. I love the sport. It's given me, it's given me so much. I don't want to stop, so it is hard.
Thank you so much for everything, Andy Murray!
Always leave them wanting more.
There would be British success, though, at Wimbledon. Actually, plenty of it.
The unseeded combination, Harry Heliobara and Henry Patton, are the Wimbledon champions. Alfie Hewitt. He wins his first Wimbledon wheelchair singles title, and with it completes a historic career singles Grand Slam.
Alfie Hewitt and Gordon Reid retain their Wimbledon doubles title.
It's a Czech fairy tale, and Krejcikova is the Wimbledon champion.
A master craftsman at 21 years of age.
Across London, a farewell to another true sporting great.
Wonderful sight here at Lord's.
Jimmy Anderson bringing his incredible record-breaking England career to an end with his 704th Test wicket.
And how many times have we seen this kind of delivery?
We'll never be bettered, we'll never be beaten. Take this in, Jimmy.
I love the game so much, it's not really sinking in. That I still, in my head, I think I'm still playing next week, weirdly. But I'm sure at some point it'll sink in. It's just been incredible.
Another extraordinary career ending was that of Mark Cavendish, but not before the Manx missile created history at the Tour de France, a record 35th stage win, cementing his legacy as one of cycling and British sport's all-time greats.
As well as that highs, that suffering is what makes a race special, and it's what grows you as a person, isn't it? So to feel that one last time is important as to feel victory one last time, I guess.
Speaking of British sporting greats, Lewis Hamilton marked his final year with Mercedes, with victory at an enthralling British Grand Prix.
There we are, a sea of umbrellas.
At Royal Troon, the weather offered its worst. Xander Schauffele gave his best, winning the Open, his second major of a magnificent year. Later, Lydia Ko would triumph in the women's event at St Andrews. In Paris, security was being stepped up, the Olympics and Paralympics on their way. But one absence was Charlotte Dujardin. A medal at the Games would have made the dressage star Britain's most decorated female Olympian. Instead, footage of her repeatedly whipping a horse became one of the biggest controversies of the British sporting year. The Games would go on without her.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Welcome to an opening ceremony like no other.
Let it all begin.
Bonsoir, bienvenue à Paris.
Je proclame ouverts les Jeux de Paris, célébrant la 33e Olympiade des temps modernes.
Kicking off this Olympic Games for Britain.
Tom Pidcock is the Olympic champion.
This is the Gilded Age for British eventing.
Gold to Great Britain on the men's 4x200 metres freestyle relay. That is absolutely brilliant.
What an astonishing finish! I have never seen anything like that.
And they have conquered for Team GB. Britain has gold!
It's one of the greatest moments in French rugby.
Great Britain take the Olympic gold in the men's eight.
What a moment in Paris! Gold! Great Britain's women! They've done it!
What just happened?
Only Andy could write this one. Only Andy.
And just like that, it's the end of Andy Murray's tennis career.
I gave as much as I could to the sport, being proud to be part of Team GB over the last 20 years, and definitely we'll miss it.
Goodness me! What a picture, what a team. Unbelievable scenes here in Le Bourget.
That is incredible.
Yes, yes! Come on! Oh, I'm so delighted.
I'm not crying because I've come second. I'm crying because it just took so much to get here. In my heart, I've already won.
At the age of 37, he is Olympic champion.
Léon Marchand of France has won his 4th individual gold medal at this Olympic Games. Utterly extraordinary. The guy's a superhero.
Julian Alfred is storming away. Alfred reigns supreme.
To the Ledecky of the USA. becomes the only woman to win the same race in 4 straight Olympic Games.
Unbelievable! Who has got this? Never seen a finish as close.
Great Britain, silver medalist.
There can't be regretted looking back and knowing you've done all you can.
They were coming, they were coming, they were charging. The line wouldn't come for Matt Hudson-Smith. Great Britain, the silver medal.
Katarina Johnson-Thompson adds an Olympic silver medal to her considerable collection.
What a performance from Bradley Page! Gold for Keely, gold for Great Britain, gold for being brilliant.
She is so pretty. So pretty.
Au revoir, Paris, and merci. Merci beaucoup.
We're going for a lie down, c'est fini.
Well, fini for the Olympics, but not for Paris. Just over a fortnight later, the city threw open its doors once more for the Paralympics. More success for Britain's established stars like Hannah Cockcroft and the extraordinary Sarah Story.
19th gold medal, you didn't doubt her, did you?
Her 18th and 19th golds at the age of 46. Alfie Hewitt, along with Gordon Reid, finally got his gold, whilst the future too looks bright. 5 medals for teenager Poppy Maskell and for Alice Ty, and a medal too for the youngest member of the team, 13-year-old Iona Winifrith, with a silver in the pool. Great Britain's Paralympians returning with 49 golds amongst their luggage across 18 sports. That's more sports than any other nation. For British athletes, summer in Paris was truly remarkable. August also saw another British sporting hero emerge, Jack Draper, making it all the way to the semi-finals of the US Open in what was his breakout year. A little further south, golf's Solheim Cup got underway. A dominant opening day from the Americans left Europe with too much to do.
It's coming back to the United States for the first time in 7 years.
Team USA victorious in Virginia. September also saw the world of football honour the life of former England manager Sven-Göran Eriksson, who passed away at the age of 76. Here, one of the big British fights of the year, Daniel Dubois knocking out Anthony Joshua in front of a huge Wembley crowd. There was disappointment for England as they narrowly failed to make it out of the group stage at the Women's T20 World Cup. The men's side were in Pakistan, where Joe Root became England's leading Test match run scorer of all time. Meanwhile, Britain reached the final of the America's Cup for the first time in 60 years, although the wait for victory goes on.
Every time we compete in the America's Cup, we get one step closer, so next time it's a time to step up and go all the way.
Back home, on dry land, Wigan completed an historic clean sweep of all the major rugby league trophies.
Oh my word, that's sensational!
With grand final victory, York Valkyrie once again women's champions. Whilst the Formula One season reached its climax, Max Verstappen champion for a 4th consecutive season. The sporting retirements was perhaps the theme of 2024. The world of tennis said gracias to Rafa Nadal as he ended his incredible career at the Davis Cup. The final football trophy of the domestic year went again to Celtic, winners of an epic Scottish League Cup final against Rangers. But as the year drew to a close, time to look forward.
Pack your bags for Switzerland!
For Wales, plenty to look forward to as their women's football team qualified for a major tournament for the first time, the Euros in 2025.
We're history makers and that will never get taken away from us.
Much further ahead, the decision in December to award a Men's World Cup to Saudi Arabia will continue to draw scrutiny for many years to come.
Saudi Arabia. But the end of the year marking a moment to reflect. 2024, a truly memorable sporting year.
The BBC Sports Personality of the Year 2024 is Keely Hodgkinson.
This year has been absolutely incredible for me. I've achieved everything I set out to do on the outdoor track, which is kind of rare, so I'm so grateful to be in this position. I hope you all loved watching Paris just as much as I loved competing in it. Thank you so much.